Black woman CEO denied first class seat 5 minutes later. She fires the flight crew before we dive in this story. Hit the comments and tell us your city or country. Let's see how far this story reaches. If you like the video, please subscribe. She showed her ticket first class, clearly printed, but the flight attendant barely glanced at it before pointing her toward the back. "That's not your seat," she said coldly, already turning away. The other passengers watched, silent, assuming she didn't belong there. What they didn't know, what the crew failed to check, was who she was. Because this confused black woman wasn't just a passenger. She owned a private equity firm that had just acquired the entire airline. And in 5 minutes, their jobs would be the ones reassigned. Stay till the end. This one hits different. Dr. Simone Carter was used to being underestimated. As a black woman in boardrooms filled with suits who doubted her, she'd spent years proving people wrong. She was the founder and CEO of Carter Capital Group, a multi-billion-dollar investment firm that had just finalized a quiet acquisition of a struggling commercial airline. But today wasn't about power plays. It was a rare weekend office solo trip, flying commercial to surprise her niece for her graduation. Simone wore no makeup, simple jeans, a hoodie, no entourage, just a boarding pass and her favorite book. She arrived early, handed her first-class ticket to the gate agent with a smile, and boarded like everyone else. She was looking forward to peace and silence at 35,000 feet. What she wasn't expecting was the humiliating moment that would follow one, that would turn a quiet flight into a viral reckoning. She stepped into the first-class cabin and located her seat to a window. Before she could sit, a flight attendant blocked her path with a tight-lipped smile that didn't reach her eyes. "Coach is down that way," she said, tilting her head toward the back. Simone calmly held up her boarding pass. "I'm in 2A. The attendant snatched it, scanned it, then scoffed. "There must be a mistake. This seat is for our premium passengers." The message was clear. "Not you." Other travelers watched. One man chuckled under his breath. A woman in 2B looked away awkwardly. The humiliation burned subtle but unmistakable. The flight attendant didn't check her name. Didn't scan the pass again. Just called over another crew member to escort her to her real seat. Simone didn't argue. She stepped aside, reached for her phone, and made a single call. "Hi. Janet. Yes, I'm on the flight." "No, they didn't recognize me. Can you patch in operations?" "And legal." The second flight attendant returned. Softer now. "Sorry for the confusion, ma'am. Please, take your seat." Simone simply looked at her. Too late. 2 minutes later, the pilot's voice cracked through the intercom. "Ladies and gentlemen, we're experiencing a brief delay. Please remain seated." Behind the scenes, the airline's executive line had gone from silent to chaos. By the time the plane doors closed, 3 things had happened. The entire flight crew received suspension notifications via their employee app. The airline's regional director called the gate to request Simone's forgiveness and authorization to proceed. And internal legal had launched an investigation into racial discrimination. Claims on board. Simone finally took her seat to it as the new standby crew walked in. No fanfare. No revenge speech. Just quiet authority. She didn't need to yell. The silence of consequences was louder. The same crew that had looked her up and down minutes ago now avoided eye contact. They were gone. Fired. Because power doesn't always show up in a suit. Sometimes it flies coach with receipts. The story went viral within hours. Passengers had recorded everything. The dismissiveness, the tone, the reversal. Hashtags exploded. Hashtag CO in 2A trended for days. Simone didn't post a thing. She didn't need to. The airline released a statement. Mandatory retraining. New anti-bias initiatives. A full apology. But for Simone, it wasn't about revenge. It was about recognition that even now, black women are questioned, dismissed, and doubted in rooms they paid to enter. She flew home quietly that day. Her niece cried when she showed up. "You made it." Simone smiled. "Always do." And as the plane lifted into the clouds, she thought about all the women who wouldn't have made that call, who didn't have that power. So ask yourself, how Many brilliant black women have been told to move to the back when they've always belonged in the front. Tell us what city and country you're watching from. Take care.